ask yourself, when you're meeting with your customer or your salespeople are meeting with their customer, are they talking more about their technology and all the things that they know, or are they coming in as a manufacturing process expert, as an expert in their industry with over 100 installs and authority on the subject of their problems? How are they coming across today? The wrong way? Sometimes the right way, sometimes the wrong way. Competency here is being an expert in the application of your technology, an expert in the customer's environment. Being able to walk in, me being able to say to you, I will bet I can look at each of your pipelines and tell you why your deals are stalling. And they have to do with those 7 critical success factors. And being able to make statements. And I can audit your sales team and let you know which of the national standardized recognized practices they're missing. That makes me an expert in solution selling. If I talked all about my software system or my skills or all those things, you wouldn't care. They may or may not apply. What you care about is I can pinpoint that problem, I've solved it before, and I can do it again for you quickly, effectively, cost efficiently. So competency in this case, honest, trustworthy person that knows your customer's business or that knows the customer's business inside out is what we're talking about, the 2 skills. The third one is a byproduct of 1 and 2, certainty. There's been studies that say that when 2 people meet, 2 equal people, either in the breadline or in the White House or in the CEO roundtable, when 2 people meet with equal business posture or equal capability or equal stature, the person that is more certain will always convince the other person to do something and execute their idea. That is a psychological fact. Certainty is compelling. It instills confidence. It instills that this person must know what they're talking about. It instills many, many things. If I had a nickel for the times that I followed certain people under certain circumstances and got in some big trouble, it'd be a different story here. But the point really is how certain, how well you're able to prosecute your case, and how certain you are of something when you really are, when you're not lying, and you really know what you're talking about. That certainty applies all over here. People will want to talk to you because you're no longer seen as a salesperson. You're seen as an industry expert in the ability to solve a customer's problem, and you get in their radar. And that's in your own head. And it's just not that hard to do. That's the point. To become certain and to become very, very skilled in the application of your technology is not as difficult as we think it is. Study the environment. Go see the customers that you've installed with and ask them, how did this impact your revenue? How did this reduce cost? How did this improve cycle time? And learn from that. And you can say, in talking with so-and-so last week, these are the things that we've done for them. Let me tell you how. Having that certainty is the absolute most important piece to executing 1 through 7. If I didn't tell you anything more today, if we stopped right now, this is what you need to win more transactions, to win more deals than you ever thought imaginable. When we work with a customer, our average growth for that customer is between 30 and 300%. All of what we do are ways to educate, train, implement, put tools together to drive these 2 concepts. One is the personal side of it, the 3 C's, and the other is the mechanics. Skills, actions, methods, and mechanics to win. Think of this. Who we're competing against. Karen Benjamin is my business partner. We focus on business process, sales process training for customers, how to put the right selling process in place. We believe that mechanics come first. Having the right selling structure is the most important piece, and then having qualified people executing against that. And I'll ask you a question. You've headhunt all the time, you've been doing it for many, many years, and you look at salespeople, what percentage of their competitors' salespeople execute that?
Less than 5.
How much less than 5?
I'm very generous.
The average salesperson is too lazy, not intelligent enough, thinking it's all about the relationship, trying the ABCs, always be closing, trying all the crazy techniques that they've learned to try to make things happen. But in most cases, they're talking to the wrong people about the wrong things. And all we're saying is talk to important people about important problems. I've got more slides, but it's 1 o'clock. And I've made the point. I'd like to open it up to questions.
Okay. So, why don't we take questions now? And those of you that have other commitments, feel free to leave. And those of you that want to see Joe's final workshop, we can probably arrange that. But
Sure.
take your questions now, and then leave if you have to. That'll be fine.
Yes.
Joe, I knew you were executive recruiter, that's what your firm was, but now I get the sense that you do more, and you can come into companies and help them develop a sales structure against which they can hire people to implement. Is that true?
That's exactly it. When you look at world leaders, our focus is to work with emerging growth technology companies, helping them win more sales and market share. And we look at 3 things. One is the process that they're executing against. 2, the people they have in that process running it. And 3rd is what type of third-party software tools they're using to automate that process. So we have all 3. We have methods training and implementing the methods for you. We have recruiting that Karen runs, and we have a Salesforce automation system that basically forces your salespeople to take this behavior. I don't like to say force, but every one of my clients say it forces them to do it. So it forces them to do it.
I'll just step in because we've been working with Joe since January, like I said. And we used him initially to just work on a sales approach. You know, why can't we get better than a 20% at best, you know, throughput from on our funnel? Why do we have so many stalled deals? And we've been working probably longer than we should because we haven't internalized throughout the organization what we really need to do. And now, when you do that, when you start to internalize as an individual, on an individual basis, you see the results almost immediately and significantly. You see the results internally in how you present yourself and how customers react to you. Because I would have said, you know, when we first started with Joe, now the president doesn't want to speak to me, but they really don't want to go through this. And now it's a given. When I go to a customer, a new deal comes in, and most of our deals come in over the internet, 80, 90%, and it's usually an engineer level. When I say to them, okay, here's our process. We need to get the whole team together, all of the decision makers. I'm not going above him to pull somebody, but we need the whole decision-making team. And this is why, boom, 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 this is what you gain from it. It's amazing the number of engineers who say, oh, okay. And they bring in, you know, the person who's actually going to sign the check.